I apologise for the fact that it's not Holly sitting here because
You're not Holly.
I know. yeah, right. I know that you were looking forward to seeing Holly again.
Yeah,
but
well,
I have to tell you, from my point of view, I couldn't be more thrilled to meet you. Really.
It's lovely to be here, Sarah. Thank you very much. And I have to say, you're much nicer than Holly's ever been to me.
No, she'll hit you next time.
Well, it was only over the weekend that we went round to Mrs. Brown's.
It was a great day. It was absolutely fantastic. You know, Jenny, who plays Cathy, it's a difficult role for her because she's got to play a girl playing a talk show host. So she's got to play an actress who's trying to play an act. And the one of all the guests was you and Holly, are the two she was really, really freaked out about. I mean, I won't have you on again because she was a week freaking me out about, the king and queen of talk show, the king and queen of talk show.
Well, for us, it was that what was so weird was to sit down at your kitchen table, and because of that character, you get away with murder.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Brown does. She gets away with more than... And just... I mean, she's a bitch.
Yes.
But she's not. She's a goddess.
Yeah, there's just this lovable thing about her, and I think it's family related. We all know an auntie like that or a granny like that, or who you go, oh God, is she going to be here? But at the same time, she absolutely adores her family, and I think that's her saving grace, is that that love of her kids and that love of her family, and you kind of, give her a pass.
Where did she start then? So for you, the first time you thought, actually, I'm going to change gender for this? I
had written this thing for radio, and it was a complete surprise to me. A radio presenter said he was looking for something weird, and I said, I'm writing a sitcom, 5 minutes, go out 5 days a week. He said, really? And my press guy was there, he went, really? I said, yeah. So I wrote it the first weekend, I booked a studio. He said he wanted to hear it, so I booked a studio to do 10 episodes. And I got every voice I knew. Pepsi, who plays Mark, was my roadie. Bugsy, who plays Grandad, was my window cleaner. And I got all the voices in that I knew, and we did it. And the only one who didn't make it was I had a brilliant actress hired to play Mrs. Brown, but she got a kidney infection, so she couldn't make it. So I said, I'll dub in her voice on radio, and then when she's free and when she's well, we put her voice in. And to do just a bit of authenticity, I did the voice of, hello, yes, come in, that's nice. Yeah, lovely people. And when the editor was digitising, he said to me, who's the actress playing Mrs. Brown? And I said, get out of here. I said, it's me, Jonathan. And he said, you've got to keep that voice. You've got to keep that voice. He said, she's just great. And the next thing I knew, I was wearing a wig and a bra.
Of course you were. You've been longing to all along. But the way that it's evolved, that actually you've kept that whole link with family and friends being part of that show. And I think that charm comes across.
And I'd love to say it was a plan, that I had a plan, that that all the family... You have to remember, when I started this, Danny, who plays Buster, when I did the first radio episode, Danny was 6, 7. Maybe.
That long ago?
Yeah, I think Fiona was about 11 or 12. But what happened was, because I was in the business, and, I ended up as a waiter because all my brothers were chefs and all my sisters were waitresses, and families tend to do that, you follow the family into the business. So because I was in the business, they took an interest in the business. Fiona, when she left school, went to directing college, and when she finished, she wanted to take a year out. I said, come on the road and play Maria for a year. And she said, OK. Danny was 15 when he left school. We found out he was dyslexic, as I am myself. And we couldn't get the proper resources. And he said to me, Dad, look, I can read a script. I can read well enough to read a script, and that's all I want to be as an actor. And I said to him that summer, I said, I'm going to send your headshot to everybody. And you're going to go, you're going to audition, get rejected, and know what it feels like to really be an actor. Yeah. That you're out of work most of the time. And he said, OK. And I sent his headshot off to a few casting agents that I knew, and he got everything he went. He got everything, and I just went, oh my
really
God.
Lost him.
So we started him on the show, sweeping the stage, and Fiona started in wardrobe, then he started sweeping the stage.
Well, that's the lovely thing.
Your mum very much validated Agnes as a woman. I mean, she spoke like it was two, old dears, two mothers talking to each other. Yeah. And the weird thing is, I started then believing that they are my kids. Well, some of them are, but you know what I mean. And Pat was she was absolutely, she was superb, and she has this thing where she goes, it's lovely to be here. And I just want to hug her. You want to cuddle her.
Well,
yeah, she's very huggable.
Everybody feels like that about Phil's mum. I know.
And so you've got obviously that's the telly side of things. But what you're also famous for is taking the whole kit on the road.
Yeah, well, I left school very early when I was 12, but it didn't make me a fool. As soon as this thing started to take off on radio, already at that stage, I realised, you know what, this is more than, this is a brand. So we have to develop this in any way. So there's 6 novels of Mrs. Brown. There's the TV series. There's now the new talk show. There's the plays of Mrs. Brown. She's had a hit record in Ireland. So we try to expand it into every area that we can. But my favourite of all is what we're doing, is the live tour. The live tour is just fabulous. Because
you take the whole set with you?
We take everything. Everything comes with us, and we travel 40 foots. And
you never get homesick, because they're all with you, aren't they?
well, you see, when they're there, that's home. Wherever I lay my kids, that's home. And you know, we tour Australia, and we have one bus that just takes 9 kids, nannies, tutors, just all around Australia.
Well, good luck with all of it, Brendan.
If it gets
Thank
any
you so
better,
much for
if it gets any
finding
better,
the time
it'll be
to come here.
embarrassing.